What's poppin'? It's Mello back at you with another video, and today we are making an ESTG type beat. You know, we're gonna make it real simple. I'm gonna give you the main keys you need to make, you know, the slappers for ESTG and all that stuff. But before we get into it, be sure to put a like on the video, subscribe, click the bell to get notified. Let's get into it. So we're gonna start with the F minor scale, and for most of the beats that I've seen for ESTG, they're in either D minor or they're in F minor. So we're gonna go with F minor because D minor is far more common when it comes to trap stuff. So I got the scale helper open. You can get free scale helpers on the site. Be sure to check that out if you need help with that. But remember, if we're in F minor, the root note is F. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to the C3 octave. Not that one right there, that's C2. We're gonna stretch that out. Let's listen to it with the metronome. The tempo is typically 160, somewhere around 160, so that's what we'll do. Now what you can do is one of these two right here, as far as where the bass note goes, after this length of time, you know, pretty much around the end of a, you know, 2-bar stretch. So you could either use the 6th note or you could use the 5th note in the scale. What we're gonna do is use the 6th. So now I'm gonna hold Control A, hold Shift, slide these, put it back down, Control up, and gonna get rid of that. Now what we're gonna do is a chord right here, and we're not gonna do a full chord. We're only gonna do the root and the third, which is 2 notes. Then after that, we're gonna augment it. Now another thing we're gonna do, where the chord would be as far as the 5th in the chord or the 3rd note, it would be the C. We're gonna do one down there, and we're just gonna let that ring out. Now with these beats, there's not much of a melody, but I am gonna put something up top, maybe in the C5, just a little bit, just a little bit of something. That's a note match right there. Yeah, we'll do that. And I'm gonna randomize this. Yeah, you hear some of that crackling, so we're gonna Control B. I don't know why it did that. I don't know why I pushed it out there, but we're gonna slide it back. Everything is good. And I'm going to put this on a piano roll, and being that you hear all that crackling and stuff, I'm just gonna consolidate this. I'm gonna render the wave files. Push it down. Put that on the playlist. Chop it in half, and I'm just gonna loop that front part right there, or that back end. Well, no need to listen to it right now. We'll come back to it. We got the piano. We're gonna replace this with a sampler, and that'll save me some RAM. Get rid of the crackle. So I'm gonna get rid of the scale now, because I know the scales and I know what we're working with. Now I'm gonna use a violin from the BBC Symphony Orchestra, and all I'm gonna do is mirror that right there. Boost it up an octave. So we're doing a lot of note matching, but I'm doing the note matching in the C5 octave with these strings. And what I want to make sure is that there's some movement. We're just doing simple rhythms. We're not doing nothing crazy right now. We're just building up the harmony. So we will keep that C, stretch that C out. Let's listen to it now. So we got that. So I got another Spitfire joint, the Albion one, and I got a deep string like the low strings and stuff like that. So with that, all I'm gonna do is ride these lower notes. I'm gonna take away this. We'll leave that alone. We'll shorten that a little bit, have it pull away. So I'm gonna add another element, which is basically a harp, and I'm gonna add some type of passive melody, you know, nothing too crazy. We don't want a bunch of notes. We don't want it going crazy. But what I do want is the melody to be in the C5 octave. That'll be it right there. We will copy that, paste it, we'll leave that alone. Now I got another string from Analog Labs. It is the Italian American strings, but I put a melody in the C6 octave, and it's not really a melody, it's just a harmony to go with each part. I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna do a little something different, but still something that he kind of has in some of his beats. I'm gonna take away this instrument, the contact instrument, and I'm gonna have a part where it's that Detroit bass that he has, you know, like the little farty bass that he be having. So we're gonna do some of that. And we're in the UVI workstation. We got the JP8, JP analog bass. You know how I go. So we took away the low strings. Let's do something with this, see what we can do. Probably put that during like the intro or something. We got the tubular bell. I got it from the GIF Volume 1. I don't think it's on my site. You might have to scour the net to find that. But even then, you could just type in tubular bell on YouTube and find a sound effect that you can download for sure. So not hard to find a tubular bell, but we're just gonna put that in there. All right, so we got a complete melody. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna begin to do some processing. Most of the instruments sound really good and they don't need much processing. So it's just gonna be like a little bit of stereo separation, some leveling, some EQing, taking the lows out of some of this stuff, leaving some space. So we got this all mixed out. Let's give it a listen real quick. I feel like we got a pretty solid melody. Now the things you need to take away from that, you don't want to use a full chord on one instrument when you're making these beats. You want to stay down in the C4 octave with a lot of the harmonies you make. And you really want to just go off mainly simple rhythms and things like that. Nothing too crazy. So now let's go to pattern 2. Let's get to the drums. So the first thing we're going to do is an 808. I need an 808 that is kind of long with a kick. That's what we're doing today. I like Tiger. The reason I like Tiger is because I don't need anything with a heavy distorted tone, but there has to be some distortion there to, you know, rumble in the low end, to give it some presence in the low end. We're going to put that right there. We're going to start off with a very simple drum pattern, and we're going to ride the bass note mainly. And that's going to be the drum pattern that we do as far as the main one. I'm going to get a kick to go over that. I'm going to get the Maidana kick to go over the 808 with the kick. Now it's only going to hit on the notes where it's just hitting one note. I'm not going to put it when it's doing the C sharp as far as the 808. I'm not going to overlay it over that. So we're going to do that. And the 808 is not all over the place as far as the frequencies it's hitting or anything like that. Could, or you could, you know, hold shift and just play it and adjust the 808 to wherever you feel like, you know, it's hitting the best with the one note. That's too light. That's a lot heavier. I feel like B is a good note. Now, one thing we're gonna do is take the roof off this bitch. It hits nice. So from there, let's lay down a hi-hat. Get a basic hi-hat. We're gonna use the all you need hi-hat. And these are all drums out of the Combustion 2 kit if you did not know. Now you don't need the kit to make these beats, but you know, I would say if you're gonna pick a hi-hat, pick a hi-hat that sounds kind of, you know, fat with a long tail and stuff like that. Not one of the thin, crisp hi-hats that like cut off real, like it's gotta be kind of a bright, fat hi-hat. So that's what we got here. We're gonna push Control L. We're not gonna go crazy with the chops. We're just gonna put a couple in a couple places. Control B, and that is my hi-hat pattern. Let's listen. So we got a good hi-hat. Let's put a couple open hats in there. We'll put that, but we'll put that lower just to kick off the pattern. And then we're gonna, one of these short joints, pit stop. I'm gonna put that in and we'll have that hit like right there when the one kick hits usually. Now for the levels, we will turn both of these down kind of low. Boom, got that. Now I'm gonna take this TO realm. We're gonna put a chop in the fourth measure or whatever. For the last pattern, I'm gonna put 2 claves right there, but I'm gonna do kind of a stutter, so I'm gonna go to the horseshoe, I'm gonna go to none, I'm gonna slide 1. Let's listen to it. There you go, that sounds cool to me. So we got a little bit of percussion going. We got the kick going. Let's talk about this snare, but before we do that, let's put down this New Life clap. And we're gonna put the clap in a regular spot that we always do. Now this is what we're gonna do. So we put down a clap. I'm gonna get an unlayered snare out of my pack. I'm gonna go with Pineapple, and we're gonna put that on the second. Now we're gonna do some variation. So we're gonna put that there. Let's take that, move that over here and move that. Pretty much got the drums laid out, but this is what we're gonna do. So we got the whole drum pattern laid out at this point, but this is what we're gonna do. On the second spin around, we're gonna make a whole variated 808 pattern. So I'm gonna go to an empty pattern. We'll go to pattern 20. We will paste that. We'll put that there. We will keep, wow. Your boy is slipping and sliding. We are gonna slide this all the way back. And what I'm gonna do is add in some extra 808s. We're gonna listen to it and add where we need, where I feel it needs to be added, you know, in places that I feel like is gonna make it slide and stuff like that. This is what I'm gonna do as well. I'm gonna take all that, I'm gonna copy that, we're gonna paste that, slide it over. I'm gonna go to 1/6 beat, and at the end, we're gonna make some type of chop. I like that. Real slick, real smooth. And from the looks of it, we have a beat. Let's listen to it. gotta say, I appreciate y'all for getting me to 10K. Meant to say that at the start of the video, but why not at the end? Forget it, we here now. I appreciate you, I appreciate all the support. You know, I plan on dropping a free sample pack. You know, it's gonna be master clearance guaranteed. It's not gonna be royalty free, just letting you know that off rip, but it's gonna be dope. You can use it for all your beats that you lease and stuff like that. You can use it for whatever. Be on the lookout for that. Also, the Combustion 2 kit just dropped. Click the link in the description. It's gonna be the first link in the description. Check it out. I put in a lot of work on the kit. The drums hit really hard. It's got some unique stuff in there. It's got some functional stuff in there so that you can pretty much use it with almost any type of track that you make. This hip hop, nah, but for real, like trap rap and stuff like that. You know, it's real good for all of that. So check that out. My last video was about the kit, so just check it out. But other than that, I'll see y'all another day. Somehow, some way, I'm out.